What is up, guys? It is iSmooth here, and we got the biggest news of the century dropping right now on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Omatsu is simply just the GOAT. That's all I gotta say. So let's get straight into it. This is the probably the best producer letter of all time. To be honest, I'm not even. No, I can't even have the chat. We can't have any spoilers over here, right? No doubt, one of the best producer letters of all time. We have finally gotten more information on some of the characters that are gonna be gone or in limbo, otherwise known as, for like global. And first of all, let me just go through this real quick. So, real quick, I will just go right to it. So, it tells us exactly what the content's going to be unified with the Japanese version. It's characters, campaigns, events, Extreme Z Awakenings. That's basically all the important stuff. When characters drop, it should be the same time. I think they said the time zone stuff is a little weird, so we'll see what times they decide to do that. Starting worldwide, but I have some huge news in this video. Hold on. Let me just get there. I can, okay. And then that's big news. And then this is the stuff that can't be unified. So character rarity type, link skills that are different from the Japanese version, titles and designs, and merchandising, including discounted stones. So that's like stone sales, peel off troves. That won't be different. So one example of this first one that I have just instantly that I can think of. If I open up Dokkan info and go to Pure Sands, I think the biggest one here, if this loads, if it wants to load, I would like it to load because it's important. Alright, so I decided to use this website because the other website wasn't loading. Is this Kaioken Goku and the STR PyCon on Japan? The Japanese version, PyCon is int, and this unit has different stats compared to the Japanese version. So they have different stats, which is very weird. So that's the stuff that they're talking about that won't be able to be unified. I just want to get that out the way real quick. And then I also talked about that other stuff already. So let's get to the big thing. So we know the time units drop random unified. EZAs are going to be unified. Now they had some big news for a new character that we're getting very soon. I would assume since they showed their info in this, I would assume in 2 days time, like 48 hours. It could be a little bit more, a little less. It really just depends. We have no clue. This has like never happened before. This is the first time in 9 years of this game being out, so we don't know 100% how it's gonna go. But real quick, let's just get to I'll just show. Ooh, this is exciting. Tech UI Goku. As he says, Tech Ultra Instinct Sign UI Goku will show up as the new Dokkan Fest. Now, we don't know if it's going to be his original banner that's on JP, but these are his animations. We'll show it real quick. I have a video of him. I can just play it in the background. Why not? We'll turn it down a little bit. But I think I've already reacted to these animations, if I'm not mistaken. So, this unit, top 5 unit in the game, easily. Very good. I can go over the kit as well after the animations are playing, but we are getting him like, again, within like the next 48 hours. By the time this video drops, it probably could be less, it could be a little bit more. So we don't know exactly when he's coming out, but since they showed us the details, I would assume it would be within 2 days time. But there's no way to know 100% for sure because this has never happened in the 9 years that the game has been out. So usually when they show details, the units come out 2 days later, right? They show the animations, they show the kit, they come out 2 days later. So that's just the basis of what I'm going off of. That's when I think they'll drop in 2 days. So that's that. UI is a really good unit. It was good, Omatsu. You're the GOAT, alright? He's the GOAT. He knows he's the GOAT. So let's skip. We can actually just pull this up. I have this on the website. So with him, we thought it was going to be Topo, because Topo was actually leaked in the App Store. So we all thought this was going to be Topo, I'm assuming. I don't know who in their right mind would have actually thought that UI would be coming unless you like were coping almost. I would say that you would be coping, but since it actually happened, how can I say that? But it's UI. I cannot believe they're dropping UI. I'm not. That is insane. I 100% thought it would be Topo. Topo, we don't know where Topo is, and that's fine. He can stay gone, honestly. No. I want Topo eventually, but if I had to choose a unit, to be coming to global sooner rather than later would be UI. And I don't know if that means we're gonna get Jiren soon too. Where's Cell Max? I don't know. I still don't have Rose, so really Cell Max isn't that good for me. But anyways, this is what this unit does. So we'll go over it real quick since it's coming to global like soon. USS Entrusted Wheel Realm of Gods, 3 key, of course, the 170. And then the additional 30% is Reps, Accelerated Battle, Power Revival. Really good leader skill. He leads UI Goku, of course, into Evolution Blue Vegeta, which are both top 5 units in the game. He's just very overall good unit. Of course, he's on the big category known as superheroes, so you know, crazy. He's probably oh man, that team is so busted. I have this guy with the Dude Lunge AP, so hopefully everybody gets lucky that's summoning for him. So he raises attack, that's 30%, greatly raises defense, and then greatly raises attack, and then 30% defense at raise here. And then activates entrance, that's just with one other Universal Survival Saga ally on the team, and if you're going to be running this guy, you're probably running AGL UI. So, that is the one other. And then they get 4 key, 77% attack and defense for 7 turns, with an additional 77% attack and defense for 4 turns. So, this one runs out pretty quick, but it doesn't really matter because you will transform into complete Ultra Instinct anyways. So with that out of the way, you get, 7 key, 200% attack and defense, start a turn. Great chance to dodge, just straight up. Great chance to crit, straight up. Reduces damage received by 15% and an additional 35% until receiving an attack. So he has 50% damage reduction before you receive an attack. After you receive an attack, you activate guard, and then you still have the 15% damage reduction. So when using this unit, he definitely gets hit harder the second time. So guard with 15% damage reduction is less defense than just 50% damage reduction, just in case you didn't know. So you really don't want him getting hit, but he has 70% chance to dodge, and you'll see, if you don't know what he does, you'll see when he transforms. After receiving an attack, guards already said that. So you perform an additional super attack after evading. So if you put him in slot 1, he'll do an additional, and then he will perform an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super as a second or third attacker. Usually, you're running him in slot 1. Actually, that's not true. If you have AGL UI turn 1, you will run AGL UI in slot 1 instead of this guy, because AGL UI has guaranteed dodge. And then turn 2, I guess it just really depends on personal preference. AGL UI will take less. No. AGL UI has higher dodge, but will take more from getting hit, while this guy has less dodge and takes less from getting hit. Or it's really just up to you. Do you believe in the heart of the cards? Yes or no? And then that's who you run in slot 1 if you have these two on the same rotation. They're both top 5 units, so they're really good, basically. This is the active. Activates domain, and all superclass allies get key 4 for 3 turns. Why am I tweaking? And then you can use it from 5th turn from start of appearance. So that's 3rd appearance, basically. Yeah, third appearance. 5th turn is the earliest. Then it's 6th and 7th, depending on where you get him. If they're slot 7, then he's not showing up until the 7th turn, which is kind of late and really too long, in my opinion. It should just be 5th turn, start a battle, and that's it. But anyways, the domain is superclass allies and enemies attacking defense plus 15%. And then you disable dodge canceling and an additional 15% attack for all allies who also belong to Realm of Gods. This guy's really good. Basically, that's it. He's really good. Now, if it works, okay, it did. So now, when you transform, you get 300% attack and defense at the start. You gain an additional 7 key, attack plus 59%, and guaranteed dodge, so 100% chance to dodge, and all allies get an additional 10% dodge chance, and that stacks on whatever dodge chance that they have. Now, if you have a unit that has dodge in the passive and dodge in the hidden potential, I think it stacks onto the passive dodge, and then the hidden potential is separate. I don't think it also gets the stack. Pretty sure that's how it works. So you only get it on the passive dodge. Then you get 3 key, chance to perform a crit, and chance to evade enemy attacks plus 20% per attack performed. That does include the counters, because this unit counters with tremendous power after dodging, which is insanely broken, by the way, in case you were wondering. So they get the 20% per attack performed, up to 12 key, and 77%. So they get 77% chance to crit and dodge when fully built up, and 12 key. He's does not struggle for key. I've used him, does not struggle for key. At all. At all. Really good unit. Reduces damage received by 20%, and then an additional 40% until receiving an attack. So, of course, 70%, or 60% if I could do math correctly, before he gets hit. And then after he gets hit, he has guard, and then 20% damage reduction. So, again, tanks better the first hit, and the second hit he'll take more damage. But ideally this unit's dodging, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Gain an additional attack plus 91%, and chance to perform a crit, and evade enemy attack plus 20% if HP is 50% or below at the start of turn. Honestly, I did not remember him having this at all. But, so you get an additional 91% attack, and crit and dodge. So if this fully built up, you'll have a 97% chance to crit, evade. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then you perform an additional when key is 24 or more. So, you know, you get... Do they have additional anywhere else? Does he have additional anywhere else? No. Okay, so yeah. So you want to get 24 key, gets an additional. Counters do more damage than the 12 key super. Just in case you're wondering. The attack stat will be lower than the 12 key super, but overall the counters do more damage than the 12 key super, which is really weird to look at when it's happening on screen. But yeah, this unit's busted. OMATSUUUU's the GOAT. Greatest producer of all time. Best producer letter of all time. Again, here are the categories. He is on so many teams, and his only restriction is to have... it was a universal you just need one universal survival saga ally on the team. So he's pretty much on every team that AGLUI is on. I don't think they're missing any teams. So yeah, you're and a lot of course the where is he at? In Evolution Blue, Vegeta is going to be on a lot of those teams too. So he's on a lot of good teams. Has good partners on all the teams. And as you see, 6 out of 7 with him untransformed, and 7 out of 7 when he gets transformed. Also shares 6 with himself. Really busted. If I click more, yep, Evolution Blue, 5 links. This guy, 5 links. Like, Jiren, 5 links. Overall, really good release. I'm so glad to see him in Global Dokkan in 2 days. That's when the banner should drop. I don't know how they're doing it, but I'm assuming 2 days. I think it's safe to assume that because, again, as I said earlier in the video, whenever they show kits and animations, it's usually a 2 days drop after. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, drop a sub to the channel. I really appreciate it. I've seen y'all liked in the videos. I've seen the subs. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. It lets me know that you enjoy the content, and I will keep providing the content when I see that people are enjoying it. So, with that, I'm out.